What's up, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with another mock draft Monday. Before we hop into it, though, let's just talk about all the free agency news and the upload schedule coming up. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the video, drop a comment down in the comments. I'll respond to all comments. Um, but yeah, as far as free agency goes, it's just been a little bit slower developing. We had some good signings that happened yesterday, and that as far as skill position guys and Thursday that are gonna make the videos easier to make now. The chips are finally starting to all fall, so we'll see some winners and losers videos and some more individual signing breakdowns coming to you soon next week or this week after this video, as well as some more dynasty content coming as well. So for this mock draft Monday, though, we're drafting from the 101 half point PPR typical roster. Let's get into it. All right, so with the 101, I am going to take Christian McCaffrey. I feel like he is by far the best player in fantasy football. We saw in 2019 I think he had over 600 scrimmage yards, more than the next best player. When he's healthy, he's a positional advantage in fantasy football, especially at the running back position. I think he's a clear 101. And if he stays healthy, I think he'll continue to dominate, especially when his pass catching helps out his consistency so much. Okay, so now we have our next pick. And honestly, this being a mock draft, we have the 101. We want to see how our team turns out. I'm going to draft Mahomes with one of these picks just to see how the roster goes out. We haven't done an early quarterback mock draft yet, really. And I want to see how the team turns out when you get Pat Mahomes and Christian McCaffrey on the same team together. So we're going to take one of these receivers first, and then let me take a look at all these guys. We're going to take one of these guys, and then we're going to take Patrick Mahomes. I want to see how our team turns out. So as far as receivers, the three guys I'd be considering are Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen, and Julio Jones. Of those three, it's probably between Keenan Allen and Julio for me. That'd be a tough pick. The only back I'm considering of these guys is Antonio Gibson. I really like Gibson this upcoming season. I think he's going to be a beast for fantasy, and it is going to be pretty tough to get another running back. So we're going to take Antonio Gibson here. I think if we didn't have a pick on the turn, I might take Julio Jones or Justin Jefferson. Julio Jones or Keenan Allen, but since we're on the turn, I'm going to snag my two running backs here so I can get those guys locked up. Since I'm going quarterback early, and I think I'll be able to find some receivers later in the draft. So we'll take Mahomes here and Antonio Gibson. Gibson, like we said, posts a lot of... Check out the video, The Next Christian McCaffrey, if you want to see some content about him. Some really good stuff as far as Antonio Gibson goes in that video, some stats and stuff about why I think he's going to break out this upcoming season. Okay, so yeah, we've got the three there. Now let's see where we are going to head. Now, as far as receivers, we still have Robert Woods available, and honestly, he is in kind of a tier of himself to me at this point. Let's check out what our tight end options are. Mark Andrews is still available. I like him, but when you got Robert Woods on this table and you have 0 wide receivers so far, we're going to take... Cooper Kupp's also still available. I'm seeing him. I think I like Cooper Kupp a little bit more than Robert Woods this year because I think the touchdown upside with Stafford and Cooper Kupp is utilized a lot in the red zone. I think he'll continue to be heavily utilized in that red zone. I like both of them just because I think Stafford's a huge upgrade for that passing game, though. But I think I'm going to snag one of those guys and then a CeeDee Lamb, who I really, really like. But I'm just trying to think. I don't have Thielen. I just think he's a wide receiver, too, there. Odell, I'm a little injury worried. I'm going to take Cooper Kupp, and then I'm going to take... CeeDee Lamb here. I think CeeDee Lamb's the DK Metcalf of this year. We saw Dak get that fat contract. I think one of the big winners of free agency, dynasty winners of free agency, was CeeDee Lamb, just getting Dak locked in there long term, guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in the NFL. We see Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson asking for trades now on long term deals. We don't know that either of them will be dealt, but it just shows how much can change in a season or two. But with all that said, I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb here. I absolutely love him for the 2021 season. Love him in Dynasty. He's an absolute stud. I think when you're able to start your league with Christian McCaffrey, Antonio Gibson, Patrick Mahomes, you felt studs at all three of those spots, and then you double up the wide receiver position, you're able to snag two solid receivers like Kupp and Lamb. I'm really happy with the way my team has turned out thus far, even taking Mahomes early, which I thought was really going to hurt my depth. Let's take a look at some of the guys still available. Will Fuller is available. He signed with Miami this offseason. We'll be breaking him down soon in a free agent video. I think that's a decent landing spot for him, though. I think he'll get like a good amount of targets. I think there's better places he could have gone, though, certainly. But taking a look at all these guys, I think I'm going to take Courtland Sutton here as my flex spot. Get another receiver to fill into. So between Sutton and Fuller for me. You know what? I'm going to take Courtland Sutton. I just feel like if Drew Lock ends up being the starter, which I think they'll probably, draft somebody or make some kind of move. I don't think Drew Lock will start 16 games for them, but right now he's headed to be the starter, and he likes to throw the ball deep. I think that will help with Courtland Sutton's skill set, just utilizing that big gunslinger mentality that Drew Lock has. All right, with this next pick, I could double up and take Will Fuller, with our receivers, but I'm also going to draft Myles Gaskin here. Miami could draft a running back, but they haven't signed anyone in free agency. I think that was Myles Gaskin so far has been one of the winners of free agency to me, just because he's been able to make it kind of through here without them signing an Aaron Jones or Chris Carson, a James Conner so far. But yeah, who knows? By the time this video comes out on Monday, maybe they've drafted somebody, or not drafted somebody. Maybe they've signed somebody already. Chase Edmonds is up here. He's a guy I really like going forward right now. It's looking like he's a starting running back for the Arizona Cardinals. Again, they're a team that can draft somebody. Marquise Brown is a wide receiver 1 for the Baltimore Ravens. I like him there. You know what? I'm going to take Edmonds here, and we're going to take Marquise Brown here, because I think both those players, Chase Edmonds has a high ceiling. Marquise Brown does too. I think he's brought down a little bit by the passing game volume, though. But the talent is there. He's a speedster who can do a lot with not a whole lot of targets, so we're going to take him there and get some more wide receiver depth that will help us out. Okay. So let's see. Jamal Williams is available. J.D. McKissick, Marlon Mack. J.D. McKissick is a guy, if you don't believe in Antonio Gibson hype that I've been pumping out there these last couple of weeks, J.D. McKissick is a guy I would draft certainly in a half-point PPR league, definitely in a PPR league. He caught 80 passes last year. I think that number will come down drastically. That's why I drafted Antonio Gibson so early in that second round. He's a late second-round pick, but that's why I believe in him, because I think that passing game volume is going to come down for him. But if you don't and you disagree, then draft J.D. McKissick everywhere. Like, that's what you should be doing then. In fantasy football, I think it's not dumb to hedge your bets, but for upside and trying to win your league, there's 12 other teams, and if one of those teams, 3 to 5 of those teams don't hedge their bets and one of them hits, they're going to beat you if you hedge any of your bets. So I just feel like you gotta really swing for the fences even from draft season a little bit, especially once we're in those later rounds. Like I'm all for safety early and getting guys that aren't going to lose your league and adding guys through waivers. There's ways to get, but you don't win your league at the draft, but there's a lot that can be done as far as upside of your roster during this time. Jalen Hurts being available here in the 10th round, though, does make me think a little bit about the Patrick Mahomes pick. I'm glad we did it because it's a mock draft, obviously, but that is the one thing that would make me be like, I could have a stud receiver and have CeeDee Lamb in my flex spot right now if I hadn't taken Mahomes here, and I could have snagged him in the 10th round. But, that's hindsight. And we did it to see how the team would turn out. Let's take a look at the tight ends. Tonyan still, I'm going to draft Robert Tonyan here, just because he caught 10, 11 touchdowns last year. Second round tender placed on him by the team. He'll be back in Green Bay. I'll take him here. I feel like he's one of the last few guys that is a solid tight end that's available. Okay, we got, let's see. You know who I'm going to take? I'm going to take Mike Williams with Justin Herbert. I just feel like he could do a lot of things with a talented quarterback. I was thinking about Michael Pittman, but I think Mike Williams is a much better version of where Michael Pittman is currently in his game. And Justin Herbert right now is playing a lot better than Carson Wentz has been, at least that we've seen so far. Okay, let's take a look at the rest of these guys available. Mecole, Hardman, Henry Ruggs, and Lazard. Jalen Hurts is still available. Honestly, if this was I have a picture of Mahomes, so I'm not thinking about drafting him, but this is crazy value on Jalen Hurts. If you can get him double-digit rounds, take it all day. That's what I'll say. don't even think about it. With the rushing upside, you just draft him. We're going to take James White here. He's just a pass-catching back. He hasn't signed yet, but I think there's a chance he goes to a team like the Buccaneers or somewhere like that, maybe back to New England. I don't necessarily see it. He's been a free agent for a while, so I don't know if he'll go back there. Although I think the team likes him, but I just don't know. But either way, wherever he goes, I think he'll be utilized in the passing game. So we took him there. We'll take Mecole Hardman here. They tried to sign Juju in free agency. They weren't able to get him. But Mecole Hardman's been asking for a larger role. He's a very explosive guy, skill set wise. You never know. Just taking an upside pick there. We could try defensive kickers, or we could not. We could take some more shots on some of these guys. So let's do that. Running back position is really thinned out. Salvin Ahmed is only real guy who kept some interest in, because I think it will be Gaskin, but you never know. Maybe he goes down in camp and he's a guy. But like we said, drafting for upside, I'll probably take Lazard here. Packers have brought no one in free agency in the receiving game. Maybe they'll draft somebody. We saw that they could have drafted somebody last year, though. They didn't. I'm going to take Jonnu Smith here with my last pick. I love Jonnu this year with the contract he got. Hunter Henry certainly mutters the waters a little bit. But Jonnu's a talented tight end, especially athletically. And I think that the money he got will give him the ball a decent amount. I don't know if he'll get the 100 targets amount that I talked about in the video I released earlier when he first signed, before Hunter Henry signed. But I think he'll get 80-plus targets at least. And that concludes our draft. We'll go over the team quickly here. So, first round, we went Christian McCaffrey. Then we took Antonio Gibson, snagged Mahomes in the third. Then we went Cooper, Kupp, and CeeDee Lamb to take out our starting receivers. Snagged Courtland Sutton in the sixth round. Snagged Robert Tonyan to round out our starting lineup as our tight end. On our bench, we've got Myles, Gaskin, Chase Edmonds, Marquise Brown, Mike Williams, James White, Mecole Hardman, Alan Lazard, and Jonnu Smith. I like our bench. It's definitely thin. You like to have that one kind of stud guy on here, and there's none of those guys I feel really good about rolling into a starting lineup every week or anything like that, except Gaskin if he's the only guy there. But I do like the upside of the bench, and I can cut 3 or 4 of these guys after week 1, move on, and start snagging those other guys. So I like that aspect of it with the high potential, meaning I could get 2 studs from these guys and then cut the rest of them. I'd be fine with that and add more guys through week 1. That's a viable strategy for sure. But thank you guys for watching this video. This is Mock Draft Monday. If this video gets 5 likes or 20 views, I will upload 2 Mock Draft Mondays next week, as always. Hit that sub button, hit the like button if you stayed here, and drop a comment, and I will respond in the comments down below. Until next time, peace out. See you guys later.